Hey everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan. This is going to be a quick one because I've got someplace I've got to go, but there are some stories we want to look at. I'm sorry for yesterday's crackling on my video. I had to use a backup software because my Loom was down. I am back on track now, so hopefully this one is nice and crystal clear. All right, we're looking at attorney Jimmy James Filan here. He alerted the Twitter sphere about 5 hours ago that the Hinman deposition is going to be postponed to July 27th. The parties have made substantial progress in narrowing and resolving the privileged issues, and they will continue to confer. The letter, which is very short and sweet, just 2 pages, with the letterhead coming from Kellogg, Hansen, Todd, Feigl, and Federick. This is the counsel for Ripple Labs, and it states that with the court's permission, they propose to notify the court by 5 p.m. on Monday the 19th of the progress. So it does state there is substantial progress. That is good. And they have to resolve this privilege issue. This is all about what can be protected from being disclosed. I think they're on track. And then the attorney John Deaton, he had a really good share today. This is an Seeking Alpha article that talks about what the heck was happening at the Clayton SEC. Time for some answers. Yeah, this is all about the former U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton, who stalled U.S. cryptocurrency and blockchain innovation during his tenure, and then being linked to Simpson Thacher, a company with proven links to the Chinese Communist Party. He thinks it's time to connect some dots because stalling enabled China to race out in front, and now with keeping everyone guessing on the rules, and then picking clear winners and losers among the biggest coins, it looks very intentional. And then you come down to Hinman, who, when he resigned from Simpson Thacher, they still paid him $15 million while he served as a senior SEC official. And it just so happens that the Simpson Thacher supports the cryptocurrency Ethereum as a board member of the Ethereum Enterprise Alliance. It's bad. It's really bad. And then Hinman publicly declared Ethereum was not a security. One thing clear is Hinman had personal financial interest in the actions he took at the SEC, and this is why the deposition is being put up as one that everyone is paying attention to. And there is just a lot to be said. We just need to get down to really a little bit more investigation here, because they crashed the price of XRP, and they went on for 7 years before they said it was an unregistered security. And it happened just a week after Clayton left. He was then given this senior position at a hedge fund that is clearly going to benefit from Ethereum. And Hinman now is back at Simpson Thacher. And in the meantime, China has rolled out its own sovereign digital currency, the digital yuan, a means by which it intends to use to gain a competitive advantage over Western crypto innovators like Ripple. And it was activated on Alipay in May, while Ripple is being consumed with this lawsuit in the Southern District of New York. I really hope that the people that John Deaton tagged in this share will bring a little bit more work towards investigating and covering this, because it deserves it for sure. And then it looks like, according to James Rule XRP, that the SEC had had enough of the @SEC_news, and so they totally deleted that account, and they have come up with a new one @SEC_Gov. So definitely be sure to tag them with their new handle to let them know that the XRP community is still around. And then Bitboy, well, we really want to still help him. He's given it his best go, but he should know that just reading headlines isn't necessarily what you can do to be a good informant on what's going on in this space. And he did have XRP up on his last video with the agenda to talk about. Unfortunately, he used an article that was written on by You Today, and it was incorrect because they mixed up Softbank and SBI. They are two totally different entities, and let me just explain to you what some people get mixed up. Okay, Mr. Yoshitaka Kitao went to he went to college here at Keio University, but then went on for a higher degree in London, in England. And then when he returned, he got a job with Nomura Securities. And from Nomura, he was recruited by Masayoshi Son-san from Softbank, and he became their CFO at Softbank. And then soon after he worked there, he was given some investment capital from Softbank to start SBI. And then shortly after that, when he did launch in 1999, I believe was the year, he paid back that investment and went completely separate from SoftBank. So this is where I think people are confused. They don't have anything to do with each other anymore. And I did use the example as like mixing up Sony and Samsung. And those two entities even do a lot of combined investments together in certain projects. But if you really pay attention to SoftBank and SBI now, they are nicely, professionally, fiercely competitive. They are not one and the same. They do compete very much in this space. And you just have to you can catch a lot of what is going on if you read Mr. Kitao's diary, which he does update a couple of times every month. And so he often cites this nice competitiveness between the two companies. So anyway, that is not correct, that article that You Today wrote, and I hope everyone now is a little bit more clear on SBI and SoftBank. And they did, though, however, cover the Siam Commercial Bank news with the infomercial that came out promoting RippleNet and the Bank of Thailand, which is the central bank. They have allowed this technology to leave the sandbox, and now the app, which is called SCB Easy Pay, is in 12 countries. They've got 5 currencies. Yeah, it's good. So I'm really happy that they covered this. But what I found today when I was looking for things that are going on in the space, that story really got traction, and it's being covered in China, and I'm being called an activist. No, thank you. I don't want to be an activist in the eyes of the Chinese media. No, thank you. But I will tell you that the SoftBank group is really aggressive, like I said, and they are putting a lot of money, 75 million, in an investment into the Bullish exchange. You may not understand, Bullish is the name of the exchange, and it is being led by a CEO that is the former New York Stock Exchange president. So what I'm telling you is that this is going to be an example of DeFi and CeFi, decentralized and centralized finance, a platform that's going to come together, but it is an example of how this decentralized finance is just exploding. And the reason why this is important is because it's going to really bridge the traditional finance and the cryptocurrency finance. And we are no longer, that's Miko, she's got a new scratch pad. We are no longer going to, in my opinion, focus on these individual projects anymore. No, it's not going to be just all focus on Bitcoin or all focus on Ethereum. It's going to be how the liquidity within all of these projects are going to power the next generation of our financial instruments. That is why Flare Finance is going to be so successful, because they are pooling all that power together. They're going to unleash it, and it is going to be a monster, I'm telling you. So there is a lot of people chasing this space. We've got Dorsey here. This is Jack Dorsey. He is, of course, with Twitter. He is taking Square, and they're going to build a decentralized finance business using Bitcoin. And then we have this with Facebook's Diem. This is going to be Pontum. They're going to use Polkadot to connect Diem with DeFi. This is huge. This is really huge, everyone. I want also for everyone who is going to be able to keep up with this progress, you're going to want to look at Pontum, how they are going to deploy these nodes on Kusama. So definitely research Kusama because it is the Polkadot's canary network. This is something every XRP community member needs to study. And last but not least, I'm going to talk just briefly about NFTs because Jake Asano, he's the CEO of Cointelegraph, he got back to me today. If you remember yesterday, I thought that the one image was so powerful, especially if they could make it sparkle and turn and look cool and turn it into an NFT. It would totally commemorate this fact that Hinman has to sit for the deposition. And I said to myself, I want that image to kind of commemorate this big win that Ripple had with the courts. And so he got back to me and he said, you know, we actually did experiment a little bit with NFTs and their illustrator. This is from December, and they did put up as NFTs some of those images. This is one, and they used a wrapped Ethereum to do it. This image, which is called The Birth of Crypto, sold for $945. Pretty cool stuff. Yes, so maybe they'll revisit again. I hope that they contact the Sparkles NFT platform to do something. That would be a great collaboration. And just to remind you that this contest, which is the Sparkles emoji contest, it ends at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 17th, which is depending on where your time zone is. I'm already 12:30 on the 17th, and I need to just move it to the Fluff because I have to go somewhere and I got to leave like in 20 minutes if I'm going to be on time. And I thought I would share with you something that's really big in Japan, and this is the Naomi Osaka Barbie doll. I don't know. She's very popular here because her mom is Japanese, and she's well liked and she's followed. But this is the weirdest. This is the weirdest thing with the knee joints and the elbow joints. I just can't quite get past the joints on this. I think everything else is great, but maybe they were trying to make it so it had some extra mobility to do some action moves and action stance, and I don't know. I just think this is Mattel, right? I never was big into dolls, to tell you the truth. I always was big into other things, but I'm not sure if I was Barbie doll age, I would like these joints. I don't know. Okay, get off on that. I will tell you that there is a company here called the Matcha Republic, which is an online store. It's super great. All of their products are made with green tea. And here, this is their newest invention, which I think is very, very clever. It's a matcha drink, but it looks like an ink bottle, right? But it's not. It's just about, it's a little expensive, about $6 a bottle. But I thought it was very clever marketing. And they do these pop-up shops. They just kind of pop up everywhere around the city when they have a new product. So this is their new pop-up shop with their new matcha drink in the form of an ink bottle. I like it. Creative. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.